Mr. Chairman. Mr. McGarvey, really appreciate you pointing out about the amount of steel for the Keystone Pipeline being made in America. My district, we have Everest Steel in Pueblo, Colorado, and those steel workers would like to be able to have those jobs. You went down through a list. You pointed out Keystone Pipeline, coal-fired power plants, LNG export facilities. These are all American jobs, aren't they, that we could actually create in this country if we would get government out of the way?
Yes, sir. Not only they're American jobs, they're privately funded jobs. They're not requiring any assistance from the federal government or state or local governments. It's private capital ready to be deployed to put Americans to work.
You know, I think that's a great point that you actually bring up, because we all happen to believe that we need to be able to build infrastructure in the United States. Who pays for the bill when we're building that infrastructure? Where does government get the dollars to be able to build with? Isn't it the American worker?
Absolutely. And we're more than willing to pay our fair share, and it's great when you have a job and you can actually contribute.
Does it disturb you, like it disturbs me, that we have the lowest labor participation rate in this country that we've had in the last 35 years?
Well, I don't know about low participation rates. I'm an expert on the construction industry, and I can tell you that in the construction industry, there's hundreds of thousands of people that are ready, willing, and able to go to work and have the skill sets. They're just looking for the opportunity to go to work.
You know, Mr. Rowe, are we going to be able to drive American jobs? Mr. Kramer had to leave, but I've heard a report in North Dakota. At a McDonald's, you can now be receiving $15 in bonus pay simply because the economy is actually moving. You decided, let America be America.
Oh, look, it's all right with me. I mean, the last dirty jobs we shot was in Dickinson, North Dakota, the northwest corner. Interestingly, it wasn't the energy boom, it was cell phone towers being put up. And I stayed in a hotel, I think it was the Best Western. Next to me, they were building a La Quinta. Next to that, on the other side, they were building a Holiday Inn Express. The unemployment rate was -5. And so, yeah, there was an impact signing bonus at McDonald's for $1,000, $16 an hour. It was, the engine was revving up.
So as we're creating American energy security, American jobs, that has collateral benefit.
Hardly an expert, but it'd be difficult to say no to that, yeah. I'd say collateral all over the place.
You know, Mr. McGarvey, I'd like to be able to go back to you a little bit because some of the concerns, Keystone Pipeline, energy development in this country. I've happened in my 3rd congressional district, talked to people with dirt literally under their fingernails that work out on these projects. Breathe the same air. Drink the same water. If we're going to do this in an environmentally sound and safe way, do you have more faith in American workers or having those jobs done overseas? We build that pipeline and we ship that oil over to China.
There's no question I have the faith in the American workforce, particularly my members that go through the training, have the certifications for safety, and our contractors, okay, who are world-class contractors, know how to perform this work, know how to lay it out, do it safely, do it timely, do it on budget. And again, I would just tell you that I was in Alberta last week and visited places I visited 6 years ago, and where the reclamation progress is now 15 years old, okay, where it once was open section of the mine, now it looks like one of our great national parks. There's bison roaming, there's waterfowl flying, there's 15, 18-year-old mature trees. They planted 400 million trees up there. So just as I have faith in the United States, I have faith in Canada. If they can do it, we can do it. We can do it safely, we can do it productively, and we can do it with regards to, you know, I have a grandchild now too, and I'm concerned about the air he's going to breathe and the water he's going to drink, and I wouldn't support things that I think would hurt my own grandson.
Good. Ms. Martinez, you know, we were talking and visiting during the course of your testimony in regards to people like in my district that are struggling to be able to pay their bills. A lot of Hispanic families, Anglo families, we have the whole mix in the 3rd Congressional District. Would it be a responsible thing for this country to be able to develop American energy on American soil, to be able to put Americans back to work and create that American energy security, to be able to get those prices down for those senior citizens and struggling families on low incomes right now?
Absolutely. I mean, of course, with everything that is happening with the shale boom across the country, we are seeing prices go down for natural gas, and that is impacting greatly the household ability to pay, because they are increasing their ability to pay, because that means that it's less a burden on their other expenses. And so that is critical. Growing those jobs in those sectors and making sure that in the energy sector is expanding the opportunity for those communities. And we have to continue to drive to do that. So it has that dual benefit about the amount of the ability to pay, but also to actually be able to create jobs and to create that consumer being able to fund and pay for other things. Correct.
Thank you. I'm out of time. Yield back, Mr. Chairman.